for me, it's about being completely open mind.
Yeah, you're in the scene for a long time. In the past, you made a lot of more house music and techno music, and you're now slightly taking a different path. Why are you taking a little bit of a different path from what you did in the past?
Because there's no rules in music, and I don't have to stop myself by doing just techno and house. That would be so boring. And I know where techno and house is coming from. You know, without all the influence there is on this album, we would never listen to what we're listening now, and I would never listen to techno. So for me, techno music is a way open-minded, is way bigger and way, how can I say, is a much wider range of music than just techno music.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just absolutely normal to go and search in African stuff, to go and search in funky stuff, even in hip hop. I think hip hop without techno would not sound the way it is now when they're producing grime, and grime brought to dubstep, and all this is again linked to techno music. So for me, I've just been honest with what I listen to and what I like. Mm-hmm. For me, I'm really not making something different because I'm not making something techno. It doesn't shock me, and if it shocks people, well, tough shit, because they never understood me.
Okay, did you feel limited in the past?
I feel very closed. I feel very, very tight if people just put the techno tag on me.
Okay.
I feel extremely, extremely like this. You know, it's like going skiing on a skiing resort and you got one slope. One point you just feel like, come on guys, you know, I want to go on a red one, I want to go on a black one, but then I want to go on a green one with my son, and I just want to breathe, you know. And for God's sake, we're in music business. We're not in politics. We're not in anything which is that serious. We're only in music, and music means pleasure. So if I can't please myself, that would be really sad. So I really don't feel like I'm a traitor by doing other styles of music.
Yeah, because of you're so long in the music industry now. In what way did you see that scene you're from and changing throughout that 20 years?
Well, in a million ways. Techno music was all about music. It was all about faceless music, actually. Nobody was promoting his face, nobody was promoting his image. They were actually using a lot of subliminal names for people to be lost and not knowing who was producing what, and it was all about the music. Look at what's happening now. Now it's all about your attitude, the way you look and the way you're dressed and who you are even before you produce music. Now you have to make people talk about yourself before they even heard the track. So that has changed, which is something I'm not into, but that has changed. Look at DJ booth, you know, look at the tools we're using. Before we used to carry those heavy boxes of records, and then now either you work on CDs, so you got a little thing which is equivalent to 17 boxes of records, which was impossible before, or they're using Final Scratch and stuff like that. So you got 2 pieces of vinyl, a computer, and then you can play for hours. Everything changed. Everything changed. 20 years ago, people were discovering, not knowing where the hell they were going. There was no rules, no managers, no nothing. Now it's all very established, very thought about. 20 years ago, it was impossible to go and play this kind of music into any other kind of festival than techno raves. Now we go and play electronic music everywhere. We go to jazz festival, rock festival. We exist everywhere. I don't know any festival now that hasn't got a room that plays a little bit of electronic. So now we exist, we are accepted, we're part of the music history because we've been there for 20 years. And that's because of a lot of people fighting for it, you know. It has evolved tremendously. So I think it's, you know, it's just the way music goes.
Yeah. Do you still feel connected with the scene like you did before?
Completely.
Okay.
Completely, but in my own thing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel connected with how do I call them? With integrists. You know, for me, people that are too integrist in what they love, they're killing the thing. I think jazz suffered a lot from people being too much an integrist. You know, they were saying, oh, since Miles died or since Coltrane died, jazz is dead, and that was bullshit. Jazz was about moving forward and trying new things, trying new forms, and incorporating new elements, new sounds, new equipment, new everything within that music and playing it freely. That was what jazz was all about. So jazz was not supposed to die when two of the best producers died. So that was bullshit. And it's the same in electronic music. Too many people they go to a place and they just want to hear one thing, you know, because they feel safer. I don't feel relevant to that scene. I feel relevant to the techno scene that knows where they come from. That's what I was saying to you before. I know where this music is coming from, and for me, it's about being completely open-minded. It's about open-mindedness. So as long as I play in front of a crowd which is open-minded, I feel completely relevant and I feel completely part of that family. Yes.